evening. Start with the good news. You never have to see me again after tonight. Ann Gardner, my deputy Commonwealth attorney, is with me. She will be taking over July 1st. She's been with Alleghany County for 14 years. She's got over 6 years experience in Roanoke before that, so things will be left in good hands, and she will probably be much more polite than I've normally been over the years. So, given that's my last opportunity to talk to you, I do want to thank you for everything you've done over the years. I know we've had some conversations from time to time, and I'm happy tonight. You know, it's great to have Ingrid talking about psychiatric services and mental health services at the jail, because I mean, I remember when Terry and Ingrid and I were here starting to start that program a number of years ago, and it's good to see it's up and going. I know a couple of years ago, I was here to talk about general maintenance at the courthouse. We've made great improvements with John's help in that. I don't know if y'all driven by the mulch is in for the spring today or yesterday, and things really look better. There's a ways to go. You know, John talked about, we're talking about, so there are some things that can't be done in-house and require architectural services, but certainly we've come a long way. There's a new phone system. We actually have phones that work now. So I do appreciate all of that. Which kind of brings me to the point where I've never really been here to ask for anything from my office. Tonight I am. You've heard a lot about personnel tonight. We have a part-time position that we need to convert to full-time. It's a little bit over $25,000 to do that, including the benefits. We're in a little bit different position, and I hate to use the least favorite word that you all hear, which is unfunded mandate. But in fact, the General Assembly passed a budget amendment this year that essentially requires you to fund a full-time position in my office July 1st. Thankfully, they put language in there that allowed us to do something different by agreement. John and I actually started talking about this last year because the budget amendment was in last year and didn't pass. So what we knew was going to come back, and that we agreed that the cheapest and most efficient option would take my part-time position, convert that to full-time. That will tide us over in the short term and will save you all a considerable amount of money. So that's what I'm asking you to do. One of the things I just want to talk about is sort of looking out a couple of years. One of the reasons we're doing this is because, in fact, right now, if you gave me an additional person, we'd have no place to put them. We are totally out of room. The position we're talking about is nothing to do with the staffing standards that you've heard about. We're actually not counting this position. We should have 2 more full-time attorneys and another secretary if they fully funded staffing positions. Those are state-funded things, so we wouldn't be asking for the money for those. But I mean, medium to long term, we've outgrown our space, and you're all going to have to start thinking about what to do about that. There are a lot of Commonwealth attorneys' offices where basically they have a public face in the courthouse, and then there are some back offices somewhere else. So that may be the solution. So that's not going to be a problem for me to solve. I thought I'd throw it out there. If you all have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. I hope you all don't have to see me in the future.
You're asking for a position in a building.
I always like to come before Terry because my number C's so small. Once you build Terry a new jail, then you'll have plenty of room for more courthouse officers. We'll take over some of that space.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Just so recall, last year, we actually took a position in opposition to the legislation that was around body-worn cameras that required the additional staffing level. And then it went through again this year. We took no position on it this year, and I discussed it, and it is a workload issue with them. It's relative to all communities that have. It's I don't recall the details. It's population-based versus number of body-worn cameras in the jurisdiction, I believe, and that's how they determine that staffing level. So.
Yep, and my association was in favor. I was not. I told them I did not, agree with them putting something in the state budget that requires the locality to do something, but it's there, and we'll work around it the most efficient way that we can. Thank you.
Thank you.